asamblea escuchará.
The assembly will now hear an address from the Honorable Eugenio Maria De Hostos.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, leaders of the world, compañeras, compañeros, to all the essential workers and to anyone who suffers from a lack of justice and a lack of truth, hello, y un big saludo to the halal truck on 149th and Grand Concourse. You must vote, citizens. This is the most important election in the history of the United States. The things this man has done. Ese descarado no tiene escrúpulo. Quiere destruir el planeta. Yes, I'm upset. Because ignorance is the worst enemy of civilization. And it tends to be in its effects and often in its impulses as wicked as evil itself. It is our civic duty to register to vote. And in this election, it is an act of civil disobedience, protest, to send a message to ese imbécil about our moral values. To fight for bread, a necessary fight. To fight for position, a stimulating fight. But to fight for principle, mi gente, a sublime fight. And to all the viejos out there, you especially, so what? Just because you only have 10 to 15 years on Earth? That means you can live and not worry about the world your children live in? ¿Qué? I am 184 years old and I still care. This is not the time for divisions. We must unite and win. And later we can soak in our disagreements again. It is our responsibility to make this world a better place to live for generations to come. You don't believe me? Okay, then let me show you a projection of the future of what could happen if we don't get this monstruo naranjao orange monster from the highest position of power. Here are two millennials in the year 2069 on a Zoom call. Still. Vaya, compañero. You may hit play.
The polar bears are now extinct. Do you know why? Because they didn't register to vote when the time was right.
The sky is now orange. Do you know why? It's because they didn't register to vote.
The air quality is now muggy and has become hard to breathe. Do you know why? Because they didn't register to vote.
Let me tell you. Inflation has been at its all-time high. Do you know why? It's because they didn't register to vote.
You know, you would think that Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, and Ahmaud Arbery have gotten the justice that they deserve. Guess what? They have not. Do you know why? Because there weren't enough people who registered to vote.
We may not be as young as we used to be, but getting and encouraging others to vote is the most important thing we could do for our children and our grandchildren.
Don't make the same mistake they did 45 years ago. Get up and make a change.
Register, por favor. Don't be lazy. You're telling me you have time to read chismes and Facebook, but you can't take 5 minutes to register? And if you can't vote, pues get them people to register. Help us. Don't just sit there and scratch your head and complain. You cannot be human if you fail to abominate the monsters that dishonor our species. Okay, muchacho, ya. I'm getting the signal that my time is up. And now my Facebook page has been hacked by Stephen Miller, so I better change my password.